Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I've got breaking news to share with you. We got regulations on crypto wallets. What has been rumored for weeks is now come to fruition. Before I go further and give you the details, we're closely approaching 50,000 subscribers. Please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, here it is. Steve Mnuchin, Secretary of the Treasury. He tweeted, FinCen is proposing a rule on certain digital currencies that will protect national security, assist law enforcement, and increase transparency while minimizing the impact on responsible innovation. And he provided a link to the Treasury's website, to an article dated today, of course, and the title is, The Financial Crimes Enforcement Network Proposes Rule Aimed at Closing Anti-Money Laundering Regulatory Gaps for certain convertible virtual currency and digital asset transactions. So we talked about it on this channel, guys. I believe in the long run, this is not going to matter. This is not going to stop crypto, but it does take away some of our freedoms that we have in the current market, right? Where we're able to do certain things in wallets and DeFi and all of that. So this is the reason why this is being proposed, guys, is because the big money is here. We've heard guys like Raoul Pal talk about it, right? And he got trashed a bit because the hardcore crypto enthusiasts were attacking him on it. But he's right. In order for the market to grow and to go to the next level, right, where it's going to be white glove service merged with the traditional financial market, these are the rules that have to be put into place. Anti-money laundering, know your customer. Once again, it's under the premise of trying to stop crimes, but of course it does take some of our freedoms there. So I want to make sure I'm clear on that. I'm not a fan of it, but I see it as not something that's going to stop crypto, if that makes sense. So the block did a kind of a breakdown here, and here's what they had to say. The U.S. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network has released a proposed rule that would instill record-keeping and reporting requirements for transactions by or to a bank or money service business involving an unhosted or otherwise covered wallet. If enacted, the proposed rule entitled Requirements for Certain Transactions Involving Convertible Virtual Currency or Digital Assets would subject self-hosted wallets to heightened anti-money laundering standards, meaning anonymous transacting could become a thing of the past. So remember what I've said for years, guys. If you're holding like privacy coins, I'm not against privacy coins. I absolutely love the idea and I get why it exists, but you're going to have a target on your back if you start using it, right? So just be careful. I'm not saying you shouldn't hold privacy coins. I'm just saying you now have a target on your back. But obviously, as always, if you're not doing something illegal, then you have nothing to worry about. But this is a situation we're in, guys. I know some people are very emotional about this, very passionate about these things, about these freedoms, and I absolutely get it. Once again, I'm not in favor of this thing, but I see it as something there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it, right? I've said it before. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have the high prices and the big money coming in and the value going up and say, well, no, leave it as is. You know, without the anti-money laundering or KYC rules. So that's the reality of the situation. So FinCen proposes to define wallets as those wallets that are held at a financial institution that is not subject to the Bank Secrecy Act and is located in a foreign jurisdiction identified by FinCen. The rule calls for enhanced know your customer requirements for withdrawals greater than $3,000. For transactions larger than $10,000, firms would have to report to FinCen. So anything below, or I should say withdrawals of below 3,000 are okay, and transactions larger than 10,000 or less than 10,000 are okay. It would require banks and MSBs to file information pertaining to a customer's transaction and their counterparty, including names and physical addresses, to verify both parties' identities. Now, of course, like I said, I don't like this. I don't want people to know my name and address and whatever in that reporting, but at the same time, I can't be like, hey guys, we're going to the moon and we're going to see $100,000 Bitcoin and all the big players are getting in and not expect this to happen. This is what exists in the current financial world, right? So it's not something brand new. It's new to crypto, but it's not new to the financial world. To ensure no one is transacting anonymously, FinCen is also proposing rules around structuring, which entails breaking large transactions into smaller ones in order to get around reporting requirements. The newly proposed rule is in line with the Financial Action Task Force travel rule, which calls for trading venues to share exchange originator and beneficiary identity information for exchange-to-exchange transactions greater than $10,000 US. Exchanges have been working to meet the challenges presented by this rule. So we know about the travel rule, and this is going to be a global thing. This is going to be a global thing. I think all the countries are on board here, right? All of them with FINRA and all of that. So let's see what happens. Once again, I don't like this, so please don't get me wrong. This is not what I want to happen, but I also see the reality of the situation, right? And once you move past the emotional response to this, you see the reality of the situation. And like I said, you can't have your cake and eat it too. There's no free lunch. So they're going to have your data reported, but and they're saying it's for, tracking criminal activity. But, like I said, if we want the market to go where we want it to go with prices and money that could be made here, unfortunately, this is how it is, right? It's like one of those things where I hate taxes, but I can't do anything about it. I got to pay my taxes, right? So that's the whole thing here. And like I said, this is what exists in the current financial world. Now, we had some people who weighed in. Eric Vorey said self-custody has become even more important. So, holding your stuff on a ledger and whatever it may be. And somebody replied here, privacy coins. So this is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. But once again, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying this is going to kill crypto. I'm not trying to say this is bad for crypto. It's bad for the freedoms we've had for crypto, but not the market growing, right? They're two separate things there. So just understand that. I don't see the market reacting negatively right now, but maybe it will, right? Sometimes the people who are waiting to short the market will sell the negative news or, dump on the negative news. So let's see what happens. But Bitcoin's still above $23,000 here. Still looking strong. Like I said, this ain't going to stop Bitcoin from going $100,000. It just affects some of the freedoms we've had, right? I think this will further drive more adoption of crypto from institutional investors because they want the guardrails, they want the regulations. That's the world they come from, right? You and I, who are more of the smaller guys who are trying to hold on to some anonymity here, unfortunately, that's gone. And I think that, it says it's not enacted yet, but it will be. It will be. Now, this is not the rules that Brian Brooks was talking about. These are just the preliminary items, but the real crypto regulations are coming in January. And he gave the timeline of 6 to 8 weeks, of course. So, guys, things will continue to grow. I mean, just look at Grayscale's net assets under management, 15.5 billion now, and obviously multiple trusts here, right? You got your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your XRP, Litecoin, and so on and so forth. And I've been talking about it. I talked about a few other celebrities and influencers who are talking about Bitcoin now. So we're seeing the conversation happening among these celebrity circles, influencers. And once again, these people have large followings. So here's JaVale McGee. Many of you may know him. He's a basketball player. He played on the Lakers. They just won a championship, of course. He tweeted, raise of hands who got in before 18 on Bitcoin. Talking about 18K. So very, very bullish outlook for the market, guys. Like I said, this news sucks, in the short term. But in the grand scheme of things, we will continue to see this market grow, and this will actually help usher in more money from the big players. So, guys, what do you think? Do you agree with me? I want to hear your thoughts. I love having dialogue, and if I'm wrong, I certainly will be open to feedback and open to changing my thoughts on that. If somebody presents a solid fact here. So what do you guys think about this proposed regulation. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you guys later.